Hi, my name is Jessica and I'm going to show you how to use the Jungle Gym XT and show you a couple of exercises to do with it. First, I want to make it really clear on how to set the Jungle Gym XT up when you're using a horizontal bar. You'll see at the very top that it has this big loop in it, where this is the door attachment and a big loop. What you want to do is throw it over the bar, pull it all the way down, and you want to put the handle completely through the loop, and then secure it in place. What sometimes happens is people will actually just put the loop within itself, which is kind of a little bit of a hazard because this top door attachment could kind of slip through. So you just want to make sure that they put the handle all the way through. Next thing, to measure the Jungle Gym, there are actually only 3 places that you'll measure it, depending on the exercise that you're doing. It's either sternum level, hip level, or right at mid-shin. Most of the exercises that I'm going to show you today are going to end up at mid-shin. When you do this, what I normally do is take both of the handles up higher than where I would ever measure them. I pull them together, make sure they're even, and then pull them to the desired length that I'm looking for. Pretty simple. So that's the basics. Now what I'm going to show you is a couple of exercises that I think will be really great for you guys. The first one, we're going to measure it to mid-shin. So right about here, and I'm going to do just a basic squat. When you're doing this, you want the arms to be straight, but you don't want to kind of lean back into it because this is going to kind of take away the movement of all the actions of the legs. It's going to make it more angle advantage. So what you're going to do is just squat down and try to keep this as loose as possible and stand straight up. This is the basic, easiest way to do an assisted squat. Okay, that first movement. Now we're going to get into things that are a little bit more difficult. We're going to do a pistol to a Russian lunge. This is a one-legged exercise. You can use your arms as much as you want. The goal is to try to keep the cable a little bit, or the webbing a little bit slack. So you're going to start off with taking one foot straight out. Arms are straight. You're going to come all the way down to this position here, trying to keep this slack and pull up. Now, if you need a little bit more help pulling up, you can bend your arms to help you get up. Right from there, you're just going to take your leg back and touch the knee to the ground and come back up. Now, a couple ways to make this a little easier. Number one, keeping your arms bent. Number two, when you come back onto this Russian lunge, to actually touch the foot to the floor. That will make it a little bit easier, okay? Another way that you can use the Jungle Gym is not just having it on a horizontal bar, but actually putting it on a vertical bar. There's a movement that I did that is a pistol to a Russian lunge. It actually works better when you put it on a vertical bar. So if you have one, all you're going to do is take one Jungle Gym right around the pole. Once again, stick the handle right through the hoop here. And then you're just going to secure it in place, just like that. Okay, pretty simple. This is going to make this movement much more difficult because now you're only using one arm, basically, or one pull, where instead you were using both before. And you can try to keep it as slack as possible. Once again, you're trying not to lean back into the position. You're here. I need a little help coming up on this, so I'm going to bend my arms just a little bit, stand straight up. Then I'm going to take the leg back, touch only the knee to the ground, and stand up. Try that. The difference between the two is remarkable. So, you know, if you've got them on a horizontal bar, try it on a vertical bar and do that pistol to Russian lunge. It's a pretty wicked exercise. The next one that I want to show you, still keeping the webbing where it is, the Jungle Gym where it is a foot-up lunge. Now, all of these that I've showed you are great lower body pushing exercises. So from here, I put my foot into the Jungle Gym, and when you do this, make sure that the arch of the foot is on that handle. You're going to come out just a little bit. From here, basic beginning level, if they can do this, this takes a lot of stability, is to just touch the back knee to the floor and stand up. This is the easiest. Now, when you're really trying to work the legs and really work the butt, you want to make this angle very close. So right here, you can see this is not so close of an angle here, But if I were to bend over and touch the floor, now I've closed this, and this makes my butt work a lot more. So this is the second. Notice how I'm pulling that opposite knee up. And then I can also put my arms in like a running position. So that could be strength level or actually power level. You can actually add a little hop to it at the top if you want to. Now the next one we're going to do is actually going to be an extension. This we rarely get, except for maybe when we're doing swings or deadlifts, something like that. But you want to really make sure you get an extension movement in. So we're going to do leg curls. I still have my jungle gym measured at exactly the same spot. Drop my feet into the foot cradles. So notice the arch of my foot is still on the handle. I use this little top tab here that's a part of the jungle gym, and I actually slide it down. The reason why I do this is I want to get away from pointing my toes. This also stops cramping in the calf. I want my foot to stay flexed just like this, and this mimics running perfectly. So it gives me just a little bit of feedback if I'm doing the movement right. So I keep my toes close to it. I'm going to lay on my back. The basic. Can the person pull the legs in and then lift the butt without having the legs go out? That's number one. Can they actually do that? Number two is keep the butt lifted. Legs go straight. Keep the hips where they are. And they just pull in. Number three, I'm going to scoot down just a little bit. This is an advanced position. Can they lift the hips even higher as they pull in? So my hips are about 1 inch off the ground right now. As I pull in, I'm going to lift them to about 6 inches. What you're really trying to make sure on this when you're talking to your clients or on the website when you're doing this is to make sure when they pull up that there's no break in the hip, so it doesn't go from here to here. They want to make it one continuous movement, okay? So I'm here, 6 inches, back out. The next one that we're going to do, this mimics running perfectly. It's called a runner. You start off with both legs straight, you pull one leg in, then you switch, switch, switch. You can do so many running drills with this. When I was in track, we did a lot of 1, 2, 1, 2, that kind of stuff. This transfers over perfectly. So for runners, if you wanted to make it just a little more advanced, you can do it quicker, or you can actually do those running drills. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, or 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So your goal is to try to get everything as solid as possible. Okay, so when they go up 1, 2, 3, they really stick it and it's not kind of moving all over the place. All right? Manipulate them with your workouts. Like maybe you do 4 sets of 20 for somebody who's kind of just starting off, or maybe you do 15 seconds on, 15 seconds off, kind of going back and forth between leg curls and runners and one of the lower body pushing exercises for maybe 10 minutes or something like that. You can manipulate these any way that you want to get a really great workout. Now for this one, we're actually going to remeasure the handles. I'll pull them up a little high. Make sure I pull both of them together and get them even here. I'm going to measure the handles, right to hip level. Not right here. When I grab the handles, I make sure that the foot cradle is facing my knuckles. Okay? You'll see why in just a second. What I'm going to do here is lay down and lay back into basically a horizontal pull position. I'm going to keep my hands forward, and as I pull up, I'm going to try to pull up towards my rib cage and come over the bar. This is called a jungle gym muscle up. And I'll control on the way down. So you see I'm trying to pull my hands right towards my ribs and kind of come over just a little bit. Notice I'm not standing all the way up. So I'm here, I'm still keeping weight on my arms and slowly coming down. And slowly coming down. Now, the common mistakes that you'll see are somebody lifting to here and not being able to get up. If that's the case, they're just a little weak in it, they can come back just a tad, angle themselves a little bit, it makes it easier. The other common mistake that you'll see is that somebody will come up and stand all the way up. That's not what you're looking for, because you never really want them to rest in the position. They always want to work. So from here, back down to here. So what this is mimicking is a gymnast doing a muscle up on a pole. You have to pull to sternum level to be able to actually come over the pole. So it's a great upper body exercise that you can put in with your workouts. So I hope you enjoy. If you have any questions, please call LifelineUSA. Thank you.